You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Sometimes writers feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. The only way they can inherit the freedom we have known is if we fight for it, protect it, defend it, and then hand it to them with the well-taught lessons of how they in their lifetime must do the same.
All right, folks, happy Tuesday. This is the Gentleman Nick Show. We're live right now on KLRNradio.com, where liberty and reason still reign, and we're going to do our best to bring you the whole show tonight, but I have, like, gusts of 85-mile-an-hour wind, and everybody knows how much my internet hates the wind, so we'll see how long we can keep things going. Actually, the reason we started late, which is kind of becoming a routine thing, is because apparently my internet was so foobarred I didn't even realize Jen's Skype was online, because I kept trying to call it. They kept saying she wasn't there. And she's like, I'm here. It's not ringing. I'm like, I don't understand. But anyway, so we're live, and it's Tuesday, and as usual, Skype hates us, and one of these days I will figure out another way to do this thing.
Yeah, I am a little bit confused because it showed me as well that you were online, and I knew you should be calling. And so then we texted for a second, and I was like, wait, what the hell? Like, why is this not online right now? But I also have a little bit of weather going on, so maybe that's part of the problem.
Probably, because I know how crappy my internet goes when I have wind gusts, and we've been having anywhere from 40 to 50 mile an hour southerly winds all day today. So good. Well, semi.
Have I mentioned before that I hate the wind?
Yeah.
Like it's actually like a funny thing with my friends that they text me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so windy here. You would hate it." Because it's so well known that I despise angry wind. And by angry wind, I mean the kind of wind that blows your ponytail out of the securing, factor. And then also, like, it blows your door into your leg, and it blows, your leash out of your hand from your dog you're walking, and all of those kinds of things. I know a lot of people may be like, you're so petty and you're so stupid to think about the wind. But no, for real, I have a very serious hatred of wind, and I have very documented instances and when the wind has done me wrong, and so I'm going to stand by what I say. I hate the wind.
Yeah, I can't really blame you. Actually, because of the dry conditions and the extremely windy conditions that we've had here for the last several days, we've had like a grass fire in the northwestern part of the state that is still going. It was so bad the other day when the winds changed and started blowing from the north. We were getting the smoke down here like almost 110 miles away.
Wow.
And what's worse is the winds are supposed to shift around to the north again over the next day and a half, and we're supposed to get even more of that smoke because we currently have, I think it's like 200,000 some odd acres that are on fire as of right now in northwestern Oklahoma. So this is a really bad time to have really high winds because the firefighters can't get it under control because the winds are blowing so hard that it's just making it impossible. It's currently 3% contained. That should tell you exactly how bad it is.
Oh.
And we now have firefighters coming in from neighboring states trying to help, and they're still like, you can't do much else.
Well, I know that northern Texas sent like 45 firefighters, but like you said, when it gets that bad, like there's just not anything anyone can do except for let it burn out. Especially with the wildfire type situation.
Yeah, bring some marshmallows, bring some hot dogs, watch Smokey the Bear cry in his beer. I mean, there's really not too much else you can do.
Yep. Okay, so should we talk for a second about the late and the great Barbara Bush?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we should. One of the things that I wanted to bring up was, of course, so there was this whole fake news thing going on yesterday because somebody jumped on publishing something that said, do not publish at the top. So Barbara Bush, and actually I read this story, and it about killed me when I read it this morning. Apparently she was talking to her, I believe it was one of her granddaughters, laughing, sipping on a bourbon about the fact that she had just read a news story that talked about her passing. 92, going on 93, and the woman sitting at her house sipping on a bourbon, reading a story about how that she had already passed, laughing about the fact that she was still here. Talk about somebody that went out on her own terms. 92 years old in her own house sipping on a bourbon the day before she passes.
Absolutely. When they said before that she was refusing treatment and just wanted to go home and be with her people. I mean, for everything that anyone has in a political sense, and the hatred or the, disillusionment they have with all of that, they can all sit down right now and they can shut up, because especially with someone that was not an actual politician, but even with politicians. But this is someone who was the spouse and the family of a prominent politician, a CIA director, a president of the United States of America. She was the first lady, and she was absolutely eloquent in everything she did. I will sit here and judge you if you decide to disparage that and to take her name in vain and to threaten her, supporters or even family members or whatever. I mean, this woman lived it. She lived it. And all I have to say about it is I hope that any one of us could have as much of a life as she did, experience as much as she did. And I am just so happy that I actually got to shake her hand and hug her neck 10 years ago. And I could not be more enthusiastic about the woman that she was and the life that she lived.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just amazing when you look at the things that she's accomplished in her lifetime. And it's not even the political stuff, like the stuff that she used the platform of First Lady in such a gracious way. I mean, she started all kinds of literacy campaigns that actually not only here in this country, but around the world.
Yep.
She's impacted country after country after country.
Yep.
I mean, she's had the type of life that at some point, I hope at some point, even if it doesn't happen for me or my wife, I hope at some point maybe one of my children has a pedigree half as good as the one that she just put on paper.
Yep.
With all of the things that she's managed to do. What concerns me, and it's been something that's been bothering me all day even before the actual reporting of her passing, because of the thing that happened yesterday, all the trolls have come out, and I started seeing all these people talking about how they dance on her grave if given the chance, and this, that, and the other. I only have one question. Aside from maybe disagreeing with her husband's politics, because I have news for you, folks. Just because she was married to the man doesn't mean she believed 100% in the things that he might have stood for or ran even as president for. But
just look at even George W. Like,
Yeah.
his wife did not concur with him on half his policies. I mean, that you're absolutely right. Like, don't just look at what her husband did and her husband said. Look at what she did and what she supported.
And I mean, but all these people that, I mean, and I saw one person that was just like, you know what, I don't know her, but I dance on her grave, and was like, I may not know Barbara Bush, but I know every other Bush is an a-hole, so I'm pretty sure she is too. You guys don't even you don't even bother to get to know anybody anymore before you just cast a judgment. I mean, this lady did incredible things and things she didn't even have to do.
Nope, not at all.
She didn't have to do any of the things that she's done with the latter part of her life, but she did them because she wanted to help people and she wanted to make the world
With
a
the
better
money
place.
she had, with the fortitude she had, with the celebrity that she had, she chose to be that way, and she chose to invest herself in certain causes and be forthcoming in all of them. And that is so, undeniable.
It just saddens me that we've gotten to the point now where it's just automatically go to guns. I mean, and I saw somebody, because I saw some other people that were commenting about it today, and then somebody that was talking about how glad they were that she was dead when somebody tried to call them out on it. They're like, well, what about your side when you celebrated the death of Castro and blah, blah, blah. Like, apples and oranges, maybe?
Yeah, because Barbara Bush was totally an abusive dictator. What? No, absolutely not. She was so incredible, and she furthered the as much as the non-Republicans don't want to hear it. She was an advocate for education in so many countries that were and are considered, non-salvageable. Like these places that she traveled to and that she counseled, and she even was a minister in a way to a bunch of these places and to a bunch of these people, is so admirable, and it's so amazing the way she went, and that her kids and her grandkids and her great-grandkids are continuing that effort. Her son, George W. Bush, is so enthralled and so involved with the Southern African countries and wanting to promote democracy within them, but also just basic survival. And he and his wife and his kids and his grandkids they've devoted their life to it. And it's just so hard to hear people say the kinds of things they are saying about her when they really have no freaking idea.
So I'm just reading through some of the stuff that's kind of come out from, like Bush 41's chief of staff and a few other places. Like, apparently he was by her side all day today. He held her hand pretty much the entire day and was at her side when she passed. I don't know, man.
And doesn't that just break your heart? I mean, you're really happy in a way that, like, he was there, they were there, and they held her hand as she passed through to the other side, the more glorious side, by most accounts. But it's also, like, it's so humanizing in a way that these people were able and also willing to be there and deal with this. And it's not about media. It's not about some sort of front page story. it's about who she is, who she was, who they are. And her legacy is something to be had. I mean, it is immeasurable in the scheme of things. She was a woman among girls. And I will stand by that.
You know, I found a quote of hers that I think is kind of fitting. This is actually from an interview she did a few years back. I have no fear of death, which is a huge comfort because we're getting pretty darn close. I don't have a fear of death for my precious George or myself because I know there is a great God. So as sad as I am, one of the things that's given me comfort today is seeing, you know, Bush 43 come out and say, "Look, we're sad we lost Mom, but we know where she's at." That's what's that's what's given me comfort, because having gone through this recently and lost my grandfather back right before Thanksgiving, one of the things that terrified me about my grandfather was up until the very moment that he had passed, he had always told me anytime I tried to talk to him about Christ that he didn't have time for that and he wasn't going to mess with it. And that was one of the reasons why I needed to be there when my grandfather passed, because I spent any time I could, granted most of the time I did it if my dad was out of the room or something, talking to him and making sure that he understood what I was trying to impart to him. And as he passed, I knew that even, honestly, from the feeling I got when he passed, I'm pretty sure he had accepted Christ a long time ago and was just being his cantankerous self. Because,
I mean,
because that's just the way they were back then.
I think that from my perspective, we could all do well to learn from Barbara Bush. She was gracious. She was kind. She was forgiving, immeasurably forgiving of her husband's opponents and the claims they threw at him. And I am just so in awe of her. And I am so in awe of her children and grandchildren. The way they have handled this already. It's so inspiring. And, you know, Barbara was one for the ages. She truly was. She was one of a kind. And there is nothing you can really say about her to do her adequate justice. But I do believe that there is a heaven. And I also believe that there is a special kind of heaven for people like Barbara Bush. Because she seriously went through it, lived through it, did all the things. And she came out unscathed, and she was immensely, you know, admirable in everything that she did. And I know that she went through so much hardship, and she still was able to portray herself in a way that was not dependent upon that. She kept going through it, and she lost a son, and then after that she lost a grandchild and whatever, but she kept pushing through, and she is someone I think all of us could emulate in her grace, in her acceptableness of things that are to be, in her righteousness in certain cases, and in her vulnerability that she ultimately exposed to every one of us over the course of her years in the public eye.
Yeah, I mean, it's just astounding to me. The funny thing is, you see all these less than relevant blue checks that are slamming her and talking about how they want to dance on her grave and this, that, and the other. But, some of the people that I expected to come across and be, maybe just a little bit snarky, Bill and Hillary Clinton put out a statement praising Barbara Bush. Barack Obama put out a statement praising Barbara Bush.
Chelsea Clinton put out a statement that was so powerful to me. Chelsea Clinton said that she was so incredible in her meetings with her that it left such an impact on that 8-year-old little girl that she always thought of her as a second mother, second grandmother. I mean, seriously, you don't get much more awesome than that. And I don't care what you think about the Clintons, but I think that was such a powerful thing that Chelsea said, and I think she was so right that Barbara had that kind of impact on pretty much anyone she was around. And I love it. And I will support anyone from any given side. I don't care if they are liberal, if they're a Democrat, if they're a Republican. I will support anyone from any side that wants to have their say and say something good about her. And Chelsea Clinton did that, and I thought it was just a really nice moment and a testament to who Barbara Bush was.
Yeah. All right, so I think it's about time we take a break here real quick. We've just about hit the bottom of the hour. So we're going to take a break, pay some bills. When we come back, we'll keep going with the topics of the day. Actually, there's an interesting development going on with Starbucks, so we may touch on that when we get back. This is JandR. Back in a few.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org. All right, folks, welcome back. This is JandR. We're live right now on KLRNradio.com, where liberty and reason still reign. Hope you guys enjoyed the first half of the show. We're going to keep on going. So before we went to break, I mentioned a story that just came across my newsfeed this morning. Honestly, I was sick most of yesterday to the point where I was only conscious for about 3 hours yesterday. So I've been playing catch-up all day today, both day job and radio-wise. So that being said, one of the stories that caught my attention today was apparently Starbucks has managed to step in it again. They are back in the news. Now, just to give you guys a bit of a rundown, there was a store in Philadelphia where basically there was an African-American gentleman who was in the lobby of the store waiting on someone and asked one of the barista/cashiers if he could use the restroom. She semi-politely said restrooms are for paying customers only, and he said, okay, well, I'm only going to be here for a few more minutes. I'll just go back and wait for the party that I'm meeting to get here, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do. So not 2-3 minutes later, a white gentleman goes up to the same barista, asks to use the bathroom. So the black gentleman, a little bit taken aback, just assumes, well, maybe he purchased something and maybe he decided, go through the drive-thru and then realized he had to go to the bathroom or something. So he waits for the gentleman to come out of the bathroom and asks the white gentleman, did you happen to purchase anything before? Or did they tell you you had to purchase anything to use the bathroom? And he was like, no, I just asked and they gave me the code. So apparently that Starbucks is in a bit of trouble. And now apparently because of their insensitivity, most Starbucks will be taking a national day of training to make sure that people understand that store policies do have to be maintained uniformly. So it kind of became a running joke with some of the guys that I know from KOKC today because they started making jokes about it on the radio, and I was kind of playing along with them. But, if you really start to think about this from a liberal logic perspective, the first thing the dude should have done was, first of all, I self-identify as a customer. May I have your door code, please? They're founded in Seattle, so they should have bought that argument. Even if they didn't, and they still said, well, I also self-identify as a white guy, so now can I have the door code? So you take all the jokes out of it, you're paying $10 for a venti half-calf soy latte, which I'm not even sure is an actual cup of coffee. So, if you really want to think about it, I'm surprised that nobody on the left has come up with the idea that, Starbucks prices are not only racist, but affluent-centric, because only rich people can afford to drink their damn coffee.
Can I be a little contrarian for a minute?
You never.
Say, oh, me never. LOL. But, can I say that I'm not exactly sure this kid is wrong. right? Like, it seems like this was at least partially, race motivated. And I don't know what the real deal is because we have not been given enough information to determine that. However, if I was walking into a Starbucks store and this same kind of thing happened to me, I'd be highly offended and I would be raising hell. And so I just, I just don't know what the actual deal was to begin with because we have not been given, like I said, the full disclosure. But I also do a little bit like, concur with the person that feels slighted to say that, what the hell? This is BS. And I just don't really know where to go with this because I am totally like free market, do what you want to do, blah, blah, blah. But I'm also, even though I get labeled as a heartless conservative, I actually do care about various different people and their encounters in life. And I think that this is one that is unnecessarily harsh towards them and that I encountered that I would, give the benefit of the doubt and want to include them in this type of situation.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just kind of weird because it seems like, I mean, most of the news stories that are coming out with people just being completely off the reservation when it comes. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that because that's not politically correct. But kind of same thing. All these people that are completely over the moon with the whole political correctness thing. It seems to be them that, their whole company cultures in most ways seems to negate the entire idea of this whole everybody is equal, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
It's funny to me, and that I tried to make a joke about it, and actually a few people got offended because the first thing I said was if I was this dude, and I would have just said I self-identify as a customer, may I have your door code? And everybody's like, that's not how that works. I said, well, according to the liberals, it's pretty much how it should work. I mean, the company's founded in Seattle, so they should have, if nothing else, got the joke and given me the damn door code. But whatever. So now we have people that are like whining and bitching and moaning because Starbucks is going to be shut down for an entire day and they're not going to be able to get their coffee. And I'm like, so you're going to be what, in a Dunkin' Donuts getting coffee, trembling while you're clutching your pot out or product?
It's just like, it's like the Chick-fil-A boycott. Like, are you really boycotting this because you think that these people don't align with your values? Do you? For sure. Because seriously, you could pick any company on the frickin' planet and you would probably find that their values don't align with yours. And, that's not to say you shouldn't be a part of them and you shouldn't give your money to them or whatever it is. But it's laughable to me that we harp on one kind of thing and one kind of company when there are so many that are contributing to so much worse that really matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, first of all, my whole thought on Starbucks, because you're paying, what, $10 for 20-ounce coffee. I can get, I mean, granted, my coffee machine was kind of expensive. We spent like $110 on a Coffee Ninja. But since that one-time purchase, which, I get to use over and over and over
One-time purchase, though.
But yeah, one-time purchase. But now, for what they're paying for like 2 cups of coffee a week, I can get a whole month's worth of coffee supplies.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
And my coffee's better anyway.
No, it's so true. It's exactly what we're talking about. Like, okay, so you are so upset by this one thing, and so are you or are you not going to truly take your money somewhere else? In most cases, they don't. they boycott that one thing for a few minutes, and then they go back about their business like they should, like they would as regular consumers of the market. So whatever, like, it's so silly to get so hyped up about one certain thing, especially something like Chick-fil-A, where they have nothing but exemplary service, amazing efficiency, and then also just some of the best fast food you'll ever eat.
Dude, their food is awesome, and their service is even better. All right, so one last topic, and then we got to start working on getting out of here. This one, I hate to say it, but I'm going to kind of enjoy serving up this one, because it's about Mr. McNuffin, or Evan McMullin. Now, this is from Daily Caller, so take it with a grain of salt, but Evan McMullin potentially in violation of campaign finance laws, records show. Former presidential candidate Evan McMullin's failed campaign ended its quixotic journey 6 figures in debt as of summer of 2017. Records show it has missed every deadline to file the required financial statements since then, according to a review by the Daily Caller News Foundation. The Federal Election Commission, otherwise known as the FEC, sent numerous letters to the McMullin for President Committee over the last year, warning that the organization risks fines for failing to file and for making errors on financial statements it did managed to submit. McMullin's committee was nearly $645,000 in debt just after the 2016 presidential election, according to a financial statement the group filed with the FEC in December of 2016. By July 2017, it increased to nearly $670,000, that month's filing shows. That was the last financial statement McMullin's committee, or as I like to call him, McNuffin's committee, submitted since then. The organization has missed 3 deadlines, including one that passed Sunday. The FEC has consequently sent the group warnings that it could face penalties if it doesn't provide the necessary information.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that McMullin/McMuffin is no longer a threat to pretty much anyone considering re-election in the conservative lean with the Republican stance. I mean, we've got a really quality candidate and a very, I don't want to say like he's got it all wrapped up, but it kind of has it all wrapped up in Cruz. And, McMullin wants to shift and change on what he thinks about that. And he, like you said, what is his end game and who is he representing now? Because he seems to be always trying to, rock the boat and whatever else.
That seems to be his basic end goal right now, is just rocking the boat and trying to cause as much discord as he can. So here's another little interesting tidbit. Dick's Sporting Goods is actually going to be dismantling, destroying, and selling off for recycling any unsold AR-15s in their inventory.
Oh, okay, because they were so astute in selling any of these guns anyways.
So,
okay.
Well, the interesting thing about this is, back during, I believe it wasn't Columbine, it was one of the other ones. They actually made a conscious effort to tell everybody that they were going to stop selling AR-15s back during one of these other
but they
shootings.
didn't then. Now they're doing it now.
But see, then how they got away with it was the regular Dick's stores for a while actually did stop selling them. Then they opened these other stores that were kind of a different brand, same kind of concept kind of thing, and those were the ones that were selling AR-15s for a while until the hullabaloo blew over, and then everybody started selling them again, and now they're stopping again. So I give it 6 months and they start again anyway. But look, I mean, here's the thing. As a conservative, I can't really fault Dick's for deciding that they don't want to sell AR-15s, because to me it's no different than the conservative couple that says, hey, look, I don't mind baking you a cake. I'll even sell you the toppers, but I'm not going to decorate it for you. So,
Right.
To me, it's a business decision. Let the market decide. If Dick's can survive, becoming a leftist panty waist kind of store, then, be my guest. I don't think they will, but that, let the market decide. But yeah, just another interesting
totally
tidbit.
agree.
So apparently, I'm still trying to find more information about it, but apparently the CIA director met in secret with Kim Jong-un over Easter.
How fun. That seems amazing.
Yes.
How shall I better express my support of that measure?
I don't honestly know how I feel about them meeting in secret. It was one thing when they were talking about at least having South Korea there too, but it kind of just, and I mean, even Trump wasn't there. But, now it's whatever's going on with it, it's actually trending now, so I'm sure we'll get whatever news we get from it soon. I guess the last person to meet in that way was Madeleine Albright in 2000. So it looks like...
Well, I better tell people where to find me. That's what that seems like.
Yep, might as well.
So come find me on Twitter at jholmstead. I will argue with you endlessly, but, it'll be fun. And then JR Homestead on Facebook. And please come check out misfitspolitics.com. It's a really great site where we're often posting all sorts of things from various perspectives. And we would be happy to have you come along and even submit a post. So misfitspolitics.com, and the email is misfitspolitics@gmail.com if you want to submit anything.
All right, and I, of course, am Rick Robinson. You can follow along with me on Twitter at Radio Host Rick, or shoot me an email at rick@klrnradio.com, or find me on Facebook. I have one last thing I wanted to throw out real quick, just in regards to this whole Kim Jong-un thing. And this is from Jack Probasek, and it was completely a joke. But Kim Jong-un basically stated the following: I require one thing in return for this peace deal. Stormy Daniels. Trump replied, where do I sign? I thought that was kind of funny. So, on that note, folks, we are out. We will be back with you starting again on Thursday night. I had actually had every intention of doing an Off the Rails tonight, but my voice is not holding up very well. I don't think I can do an hour by myself, but I will be back tomorrow night. I'm still trying to the yo-yo weather thing is killing me. But we'll be back with you tomorrow night. Take care, guys. God bless.